We wanted to do Start Smart because several of our friends that had done marital counseling before said it was super beneficial for them, so that's what made us want to do that.
So the whole time, Richard and Elizabeth, as we went through it, they talked about how a lot of marriages, you realize kind of how selfish you are. You kind of take your own life and you combine it with someone else's. Usually first time living together, you're incorporating a lot of new things that you're not used to, and you realize kind of how selfish you are. And so a big thing that they talked to us about was kind of just like thinking about us when it comes to every decision made in the household. Like, how's it gonna benefit us, not just me? And that's been so important, because we've been married a little over 10 months now, and it's already come up so many times to where I could selfishly do something, or Caroline could selfishly do something, but we choose the us in it, and it has definitely led to good things.
Since we got married in February, that's something that we've constantly reflected on of, okay, we've made a decision, and sometimes it's been a selfish decision, and we kind of take a step back and reflect on, okay, no, what is a decision for us, not me or you, and I think that's the biggest thing I've taken from that marital counseling, and something that it's just kind of like a routine that we do. It kind of instilled in us, so that's something we've enjoyed.
But meeting up with them, they would cook us dinner, we just have great quality time together, and then just honestly get to go through this program and get to learn a whole lot of things that we never really thought about going into marriage. And so they were great role models, great leaders, and a great cook.
I would agree with Matt, and meeting up with them, and just I think the aspect of like hearing their story and more of it, and like how it paralleled with a lot of like our childhood experiences and coming together. It was really comforting to hear that they've experienced a lot of the same things. So I think one of my favorite parts was coming together and being able to eat at a table together and just listen to each other's life experiences and how we'll carry that on with us.
Kind of going back to the last question, I would say it affected our marriage thinking more about us, but it also opened the door to a lot of different questions that we might have, a lot of problems or roadblocks, I would say, that we might have not realized could pop up. And so it kind of just helped open the door to like, all right, how are we going to approach this? What's the best way? And it guided us through those.
I would say it's affected us in a really positive way because it, like Matt said, it opened up questions that it hadn't even crossed our mind about just the way that each of us grew up, and then coming together and bringing those with us, but also having to like lay them down and start a new life together and start a new way of living, and just questions about kids one day and finances, just a lot of things that you don't think about when you get wrapped in the engagement season. So it's kind of a good way to ground you and kind of think about like the reality of the situation. I would tell them that I think that it was very beneficial for us to start our marriage and kind of reflect on those things that we did learn, but also having people that are gonna be rooting for us constantly, and also that when we do hit a bump in the road, because everyone hits that, and we have someone to go back to and say, hey, this is what's going on, like the depths of our relationship and we need your help. And I think that having people in your lives with how chaotic life can be, it's good to have people like that in your life. So Start Smart provides that for you, and Matt and I are very appreciative of it.